fear, and here's a guy that says if the weather's clear, can do.
Hello, racing fans, and welcome to another edition of Handicapper's Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads, and along with Drew Forster, we're going to go through the Sunday, May 11th races at Hastings Racecourse. We do have 7 races, some smaller fields, but we got 7 races together. We will take a quick look at the Ross McLeod Stakes, which was run last week.
It's early in the meet, so there are some short fields, but as horses are getting fit, those fields are sure to rise.
Trying to fatten your wallet, trying to make them exactors and stuff easy, and then win
exactly. If we could get it down to 3 horses, we could finally maybe pick some winners. But first off, as you mentioned, we're going to go back to last Saturday, the 6th race, the Ross McLeod. Here it is. This is going to be an ongoing...
What a good race.
Ongoing fight all year. Always Miss and Arabella's Muse. You can see Arabella's Muse. Where is she? She's in between the horses here.
The Seattle Invader, Mike Fearborn, Mike and Amy Fearborn's filly. Chew and You on the inside, and getting pressure from Two Pump on the outside. Two Pump had been racing fit, been running down the Golden Gate for Jeff Bondi and Jason Lorraine's Corsair Holdings. Was 3 deep.
21-3.
That was serious.
21-3, and Arabella's Muse. You're gonna have to figure out a way to try and get her to relax a little bit, because she is on the muscle here.
She's not easy to race.
And you can see Frank having a little trouble with her. She insists on being in the lead, and Chew and You gets put away here. Two Pump is going to be put away here, but not before we put up a 44-4 half mile. That's just too much.
Today is the day, ran well, just in behind, and here comes Always Miss out wide, 4 deep, passing Architecture, who had a pretty nice trip. This is a tough division. Arabella's Muse tries to break away here. She put away the speed.
Always Miss does go really wide here too. So I mean, she ran.
She's rolling. She had the best of it. Yeah. I mean, it was a fast pace, and she sat back and just got up to nail Arabella's Muse on the line.
Amadeo Perez.
Undefeated streak, but congratulations to the Canmore Farms and Tracy McCarthy. Amadeo Perez winning with Ole's Miss, defeating an unlucky Arabella's Muse. But great 3-year-old filly division. Look for some nice little battles between those fillies throughout the year.
Absolutely, that's going to be a championship battle each and every inch along the way. Time to get in the Hastings races. The first race, maiden 12-5 for fillies and mares. And speaking of Amadeo Perez, I've taken him on top here for Get Up and Try for Pete Gregory. Only got beat 4 lengths in the maiden special weight, last out at Turf Paradise. 2 things to like here: taking a drop down to 12-5 and been running and running competitive at Turf Paradise, and leading rider Amadeo Perez. Second spot, I put Rachel Run. I've talked a fair bit about Mike Anderson's barn on our broadcast throughout the weekend. Mike's horses are running very well. I have a lot of confidence in Mike's training. I think he can get a horse ready very well. This is one owned by Doug Clyde, homebred. Richard Hamill, works look good. I have Rachel Run in the second spot. And the third spot, I went with Moonbeam on a Stone. It has a race out already. Run third for 12-5. Or sorry, run fourth, beat 3 lengths for 12-5 in that Battling Brook race. Don't mind it. I think just had to pick somebody else. I wasn't crazy about Jag Time 2, and I wasn't crazy about Country Pearl, so I put a Moonbeam on a Stone in the third spot. I got 2, 3, 4 in the first.
Yeah, I agree with the 2. I don't have a lot to add. Get Up and Try is your horse to be, definitely a likely favorite, and I wish the horse had a little more speed. It's, if the horse loses, it'll only be because someone gets away on the head end, because she doesn't appear to have a pile of speed, and unless she can get away from there a little bit better. I put the 3, Rachel Run, who could be the upset horse, in for second. Good connections, nice works, and Richard Hamill rides. There's lots to like here. Storm Victory at a tender teen. That means speed. The mare Tender Teen has foaled some nice speed horses, so it wouldn't be a surprise to see this one have a little bit of speed away from the gate. I put the 1 horse Country Pearl in for third. I like this Bill McLaren runner. Scratched on opening week. For whatever reason, but has since come back to work in a minute, and I love the works. Bill does a good job with the 1 or 2 horses he has throughout his, over the years. He's always done well, and wouldn't be surprised to see this one make a little noise in this race. But I went 2, 3, and 1 in the Sunday opener. On to race number 2, we got some $4,000 fillies and mares going 6.5 furlongs. Got 5 of them. I see a bit of speed in here. I think Danny's Chance going to go. Maida Vale, who had no excuses last time, had a perfect trip. Was just second best to Haida Gwaii. Joey's Jewel has speed, and I think Electric Girl might flash a little more speed, and that's why I like the 2-horse Random Highs, who I think will benefit with a small field, a bit of pace pressure, and I think that'll be all Random Highs needs to win the money. I just think she's better than a $4,000 horse, but she's getting up there in years, and she should start for $4,000. She shouldn't be running for $75,000 or $10,000 or $12,500. She's
no, it's an aggressive move, and it's the right move.
It's in light, and I'm hoping Corinne Andros can just make one move, put her to sleep early, and just come roll in that last quarter mile. So I like Random Highs to win it. Maida Vale for second is the obvious choice. Danny's Chant with her speed is aggressively spotted for 4. She started the season a lot higher last year and worked her way down to the bottom. But she's got speed and must respect her for that. But I went 2, 3, and 1. But I like Random Highs. I think she's the classiest filly in here.
She is. I have the same horse as you, but I did flip-flop. I put Maida Vale on top because Maida Vale has the start.
I took her last time.
Yeah,
no excuse.
She got a little wide last time. Haida Gwaii come up the rail, but Haida Gwaii did beat her, by 4. So there's that. But I did put Maida Vale on top as for the fact that she has got the out. Random Highs, as you mentioned,
may need to start. Yeah, you're right.
Tough old mare, 9 years old now, 11 wins on her docket. Always gives an honest effort. You got to like Random Highs. And Danny's Chant in the 3rd spot. Marianne Baumgartner, very underrated trainer. Keyshawn Bell-Gobin team up. Same horse as you. I put Maida Vale on top. 3, 2, 1 for me in the 2nd. On to the 3rd, claiming 4,000 for older boys. I looked at this one a few different ways. I ended up going with a Fleet Mac. I thought he had a bit of a troubled trip in his first out this year. Only got beat 3/4 of a length and kind of a blanket finish by Ice Rules, who come up the rail. Maybe with that one under his belt, maybe now that the Bug Girl knows this horse a little bit better, get a better result. So I put a Fleet Mac on top. Shout out to the Corrigans too, great customers here, good friends of ours here at the Derby Barn Grill. They're here a lot. I would like to see that one win for the Corrigans. The 2nd spot I put Ray's Reno. Tough old boy, always gives an honest effort. He was led the whole way in that same Ice Rules race. As I mentioned, blanket finish, they all just come right at him at the very end. He still only got beat 3/4 of a length. Another guy who always gives an honest effort. I put him in 2nd. And 3rd spot, I put a newcomer, honestly, Ossifer. Great name. Praven Sorensen, son Brody Sorensen. Again, good friends of the Derby here. They claim this horse for 4,000 down at Turf Paradise. Promising young trainer Taylor Anderson in the takes over. This horse can kind of get on a roll. He's got 4 wins of 13 starts. Was knocking pretty hard down in the lower levels at Turf Paradise. He's fit. He's ready to roll. Gets Alex Bizzono. Wouldn't be surprised to see him make some noise in here. I got 5, 2, and 3.
I got the same horses. Fleet Mac for me ran a winning race last time. He's had a wide trip. Obviously, Carl Lawson likes to put Bug Girls on Fleet Mac. You go back on the forum. You got
he likes the young
pile of Marnie Williams and
light
Marlo
girls.
Guns and now Corinne Andros. So. No blinkers last time, which is probably why the horse didn't show as much customary speed. And actually was very good in the gate. Actually popped the gates open prior to the race. Didn't move, which is unusual for a Fleet Mac, who's usually a very agitated.
He is a bit of a handful in the gate,
but maybe the blinkers off has really helped, and it might relax the horse. And there is a little bit of speed in here with Swiss Arrogant, Ray's Reno again. I'm sure they're going to lock horns. And Fleet Mac, I think it's your horse. I put Ray's Reno in for 2nd. Won the battle against Swiss Arrogant last time, so why wouldn't he again? And I put the 3, honestly, Ossifer in for 3rd. As
Great
you
name.
mentioned, been popular at the claim box, had a good work over the course. Let's put him in for 3rd, but I do like a Fleet Mac. I went 5, 2, and 3. On to the 4th race. Got some maiden $25,000 claimers for the boys here. 6.5 furlongs. I've landed on the 5 Regal Legacy. I just think this horse, I wish he had a little more speed. He's probably going to be against the flow of the race. The race will likely set up the pace, unless the 2 Carson City Brown and the 3 Irish Romeo really go at it. The Regal Legacy is going to be against the flow of the race, and he's going to need to be very good. But I think he is. He started the year off in mid-season.
I think he's cut out to be a better horse.
He is.
12.5.
He didn't get going until June, and he was running against the Maiden Line. He hooked into Hope Seeker. I mean, there's bad luck to hook into that horse.
Hope Seeker, go for Guinness.
Rebus and Leo's in the house. He went on a stake after that. Then they tried him in blinkers. That was the wrong move. Tried him back without the blinkers at the end of the year for I know it was for less money. And once again, ran into no pace. 23-1, 47 flat. They flew home in 17.
Got beat by his stablemate.
And but there was no pace, and it hurt him. But I just think there may be a bit of a pace. He's an underrated horse. I know he's got a lot of form on him for a maiden, but I like him. I put the 4 Captain Salt, another big fat maiden, got 2 inches of form on him. But you know, I like going with the older horses.
It worked last week when you took Qatar's Pearl.
Yeah, I mean they're just more seasoned at this time. Up here in the Northwest, it's just. You're probably wise to take 4-year-old maidens when running against 3-year-old maidens, and
especially
we got a couple of 3-year-old maidens
in April and May.
Yeah,
for sure.
Early in the year, they got a big edge. So I went 5, 4, and 3. I put Irish Romeo in for second. Pretty impressed with the run that he had against maiden 12-5 horses. I know the time was fast, but the track was very quick that day. Don't put a lot of stock into 116 and change. And it was Balakor and that wasn't, you know, the number's right, 59. That's about what the buyer should be. But I like Regal Lake. I went 5, 4, and 3.
I got 4 on top, Captain Salt.
I can see that horse winning easy.
Yeah, he's been running Santa Anita, so he's. It sounds like our good friend Glenn Kelly just hit another winner at Santa Anita.
He's doing good. Glenn Kelly. Golden Gate, I think.
Golden Gate, we got a winner at Golden Gate. I put Captain Salt in because he's been running in tougher races at Santa Anita. Rob Gilker's off to a good start, as is Amadeo Perez. I mentioned before, they batted 60% together. Yep. Tough to knock
Herbie
that.
D. Well, Herbie D never loses.
Yeah, exactly. So that'll bump up your stats. But they're very dangerous together. I put Irish Romeo in second spot. Out of Irish Delta was American, who was had a fair bit of talent around here at Hastings. Ran once and only got beat a length, so. Yep. Not a problem there. Pat Jarvis does a very good job. Had a very good meet last year. I look for her to have a good meet again this year. And in third spot, I put your top pick, Regal Legacy, out of the Rob Van Overshot barn for the reasons you mentioned. Talented horse that I would not be surprised.
At least he's starting off on a level playing field with everyone, like last year.
Yeah, last year he was
I didn't want to make. He started
in
June, and those horses all had races under their belt. He was always playing catch up.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned was running against very tough horses. I got 4, 3, 5 in the fourth. On to the fifth, claiming 8,000 for 3-year-olds and up. See a couple of horses coming back here that have already run. I went a bit of a long shot here. Maybe, I don't know. It's got Amadeo Perez. I'm picking Amadeo all over the place. Max Cooper. This is a horse that was on fire last year down at Emerald Downs. Pretty popular at the claim box, but he got on a roll. I mean, he won 5 out of 7 starts or something like that. Was just rolling. It ended up getting claimed by Dr. Ken Walters, who brought him up here. Only got to run him once. He got beat by Pasquero.
And Gary Johnson got him.
And Gary Johnson claimed him with trainer Frank Barabee. Frank Barabee's horses always start the meet off good. He gets Amadeo Perez. I got Max Cooper on top. The second spot I put Principe's Herbie. Hard knocking horse. Kind of versatile too. He can kill you with speed. He can lay just off it and make a nice close. Got a lot of ways to go about it. He's always started off the meet at a higher position. Starts off here at 8,000. Principe's Herbie, underrated little guy. I think he'll be tough. And at third spot, I went to the 1, Kai's Command. Won 4,000 non-3 on opening day, I believe that was, defeating Makina. That was a non-3, and now he goes to open 8, but he did it convincingly.
Impressive. Good time.
He's going the right way. I went 7, 5, and 1.
Yeah, I like Principe's Herbie. I've gone to Principe's Herbie to win it. This horse broke well and then was swamped out there on the head end. Stormy Canuck went for whatever reason. There was a bunch of them out there on the head end that day. I think Lookout Dubai was out there.
That was a tough one.
There was a bunch
Lorne
of
500,
them. And this horse was out
Canuck.
in the 3 and 4 pound the whole race. Was still there turning for home. Performed admirably. That's a big class change from 16 to 8. But more importantly, I think Principe's Herbie can get to the lead, get the rail in the lead, and I think this horse will be really dangerous. I like Principe's Herbie for low-profile trainer Ron Principe, who has, he does all right with his small stable run, and
he's sneaky good.
He's sneaky good. But I just go to Principe's Herbie. I like to cheer for the little guy. I put the 1 horse Kai's Command in for second. Jody Rawson had this horse ready to roll and won easily first time out. Richard Hamill rides, trip just in behind the speed. And I put the 3 horse CC's Diamond for Troy Taylor in the North American Thoroughbred Corp. Probably a horse that wants a little more ground, but the horse performed all right on dirt, but is been off for a while, but still has a little bit of class. Those $8,000 races in down at Golden Gate are considerably usually tougher
Yeah.
than our races here at Hastings, so I put that one in for third. But I do like Principe's Herbie. I think big field, speed's where you want to be. Not a lot of pace in the race. I'm going to go to Herbie to win it. On to the sixth race. We got some $25,000
Nice race.
older geldings here, going 6.5 furlongs. Kick off your late double. I went to the 4-horse, Golden Triumph, getting out of that dirty, tough George Royal he was in when he had title contender around him. He had a bunch of pace around him, and he ended up tiring late. He was second turning for home,
It
but he
was
ended up...
quite a task for your first out of the
No,
year.
I know, that was tough. But he's
Yeah.
back in a better spot for 2 bids. And anytime he's in for 25, he's usually money. And I like him to win it. There's no real speed. Might get some pressure from the freshly turned 4-year-old after the conflict, but that's the only other pace horse in here. So I put him... I think Golden Triumph's your horse. I put the 6 Ganbei. He's a good, honest old horse. He sprints. He runs long. He's just a good, cool horse, and he's been working well for Mel Snow. And I put the 5 Grandpa George, who's been campaigning at Turf Paradise. He's run well in Winnipeg on the on dirt as well, because he's been running on turf at Turf Paradise. But he's a horse that can handle the dirt as well. He's won a pile of races throughout his career, so I don't mind him at all either. But I think those are the ones. I mean, I think the 4 Golden Triumph stands out to me. I think it's the 4. I think, if you're playing the pick 4s, I think he's the might be the
Could be a
best
single,
speed.
yeah.
So I went 4, 6, and 5 in our feature.
I agree with 4 Golden Triumph. Can't go against him. As you mentioned, 25,000 sprinting. He's going to be tough.
There's no BC Derby winners in this one.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
he's getting chased by
He's going to be a
Tyler.
handful. The second spot, I went with Big Jim. Again, I went with Alan May. I picked Alan May's got 2 in this weekend. I picked the other one second. I picked this one second as well. A horse that just ran second at Golden Gate for 12.5. That was going long. That was on the turf.
Yeah.
But you come up here and you're shortening. He's been training here for a while. I have all the confidence in the world that Alan May can get one ready. Had a nice work on May 1st, a minute flat. Good work over the course. I think Big Jim is your second horse. And the third spot, I put Gamby, as you mentioned. Again, welcome to Wanachoa for showing up here to ride for Mel Snow. And yeah, just a cool old guy. He's just always runs.
Doesn't win a ton, but he's honest. He shows up. He's right
He's
there.
always
a
coming
lot,
at the end,
you
right?
know.
He's always flying down the lane. He is a cool old horse. I got 4, 1, and 6 in the feature. On to the 7th, 4,000 non-2 for fillies and mares. And I've gone to the 7. Beautiful strike out of the Troy Taylor barn. Got beat by Doreen's Delight last time, but gets a run over the course. Hadn't run in over since last August. So been off a fair amount of time. Come back, just got beat a length and a half. Gets Alex Bisono. I like Beautiful Strike. In the second spot, I put It's Gold Baby out of the Mel Snow barn, a horse that's been knocking on the door at this level. As we've mentioned before, Mel Snow's horses have started out the meet very strong. Amadeo Perez signs on. And the third spot, I put another addition out of the Steve Henson barn. Another one I took because it's been running. It was running for much higher in Turf Paradise, 12.5 and 10,000. Drops to 4,000. And Steve Henson had a winner last week. I'll throw him in the third spot. 7, 2, and 4.
Yeah, you caught it too. Unique one.
I did, yes. I caught that one. Unique one. So there you go.
You beat me there.
I
didn't
did.
have that one. I went to the 2 It's Gold Baby in the
Yep,
finale.
I don't mind that pick at all.
Flip-flop your top picks. I got Mel Snow's runner. This horse ran some very good races in the fall last year. Kind of got off. This horse ran some really good races throughout the season. Anytime it got beat, it was because it encountered traffic or something. But I think there's a bit of speed in here, and I think It's Gold Baby can win it. Beautiful strike. The horse had no excuse to not win last time at this level. Had a 3-length lead early, 2-length lead on the backstretch, and just got outrun by Doreen's Delight, who's been in this category for a while.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he was hooking into a huge class dropper.
Yeah.
So I just, for the value, I think you're probably better off taking a shot on the 2 It's Gold Baby over the 7. Beautiful strike. And I put the 8 Nancy in for third. Another consistent type horse. Freddie Manrique rides for Phil Hall. Always does a good job and has his horses ready. So I went
Absolutely. That's a good guy to keep an eye on.
Phil's always, because he gets on his own horses.
Yeah.
And good horseman. Son of Hall of Famer Bobby Hall.
Hasn't run me so far, but watch out for him.
Yeah,
a couple in open
He'll be
weekend,
rolling.
but they'll start to come.
So 2, 7, and 8 for me in the Sunday finale. Next up on screen will be a quick recap of our selections for the Sunday program. And here we go for the Sunday, May 11th. Back in race number 1, I went to the 2. Get Up and Try. I went 2, 3, 1. Got a mirror image in race number 2. I went 2, 3, 1 again. The Random Highs over Maida Vale and Danny's Chant. Race number 3, I went to the 5, a Fleet Mac. 5, 2, and 3. In race number 4, I went to the 5, Regal Legacy over the 4, Captain Salt. The 3, Irish Romeo for third. Race number 5, once again the 5. We got lots of 5s today. Principe's Herbie for Ron Principe. Went 5, 1, and 3. Race number 6, the 4, Golden Triumph, getting out of the tough stakes horses back into claiming company. He'll be dangerous, I think. 4, 6, and 5 for me in the Sunday feature. And in the 7th and final, I went to the 2. It's Gold Baby over the 7. Beautiful strike. I went 2, 7, and 8.
On to my picks. There we go. In the first, I would agree with Mike on number 2. Get Up and Try over the 3 and the 4. In the second, I went to the 3. Maid of Vale over the 2 and the 1. In the third, I went to number 5. A Fleet Mac over the 2 and the 3. In the fourth, I went to the 4. Captain Salt over the 3 and the 5. In the fifth, I went to the 7. Max Cooper over the 5 and the 1. In the sixth, I agree with Mike. He's going to be very dangerous here. Number 4, Golden Triumph over the 1 and the 6. And then I capped the 7th. I went to the 7. Beautiful Strike over the 2 and the 4.
All right, thanks everyone for tuning in here to Handicapper's Corner. Hopefully we've given you a little bit of insight that will help you make some winning decisions with your Sunday wagers. And just a quick reminder, next live card, actually next
Preakness
we have a three-day week. We got actually Preakness next Saturday. It won't be very long. Saturday, May the 17th. Our next live card, Preakness, of course, can California Chrome make it 2/3 of the Triple Crown? That'll be exciting.
I say yes, he can.
So I think he can too. He's shortening up a bit, and a smaller field, that'll certainly help. And, but he's still hooking some pretty nice horses. Going to get a filly in there in Ria Antonia. They moved the horse from the Bob Baffert barn to the Albert Stall barn, and going to try.
Trying to pull Rachel Alexandra.
Yeah, I'm going to try and get a filly to win it. But yeah, Preakness Day, so please do join us for our Handicappers Corner show that particular day. So on behalf of Drew, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time here at the Derby Bar and Grill.
Father was equipoised. I told you, Paul Revere, now this is no bumps.